Picture this. You're sitting at home in the US, maybe with your favorite game day snack, and suddenly your screen lights up with scenes from Madrid. The crowd is roaring, white scarves are waving, and the Bernabéu looks like it's shaking with anticipation. This isn't just another soccer game. This is Real Madrid launching their brand new La Liga campaign, and the opponents are none other than Osasuna. For Madrid, it's about kicking off a season of massive expectations under their new head coach, Xabi Alonso, who steps into one of the toughest jobs in world soccer. For Osasuna, it's about stepping into a coliseum and daring to stand tall. That mix of legacy and ambition is why this match isn't just a local story. It's a global event. Fans across the United States are tuning in not only for goals, but also for the drama, the tactics, and the show that only Real Madrid can put on. This opening game is extra special because it marks Xabi Alonso's first league appearance as manager of Real Madrid. Imagine the pressure. Millions of fans, a stadium that demands perfection, and a roster loaded with world-class stars. Every substitution, every tactical tweak will be dissected by the media, by experts, and by casual viewers on social platforms. Alonso has been praised for his tactical intelligence as a player. And now the question is whether he can carry that brilliance into coaching at the very highest level. The excitement isn't just about whether Madrid wins, but how they do it. Will we see a bold attacking style, quick counter-pressing, or a more controlled possession game? American fans love a storyline, and this one feels like a Hollywood debut for a coach with the weight of a dynasty on his shoulders. Add Osasuna's challenge into the mix, and it's not just sport, it's theater. Now let's talk about what's at stake beyond the whistle. Real Madrid finished last season in second place, only 4 points behind Barcelona, which makes this season opener more than symbolic. It's the beginning of a chase, a redemption story, and an early chance to set the tone for the championship race. Osasuna, meanwhile, finished in 9th place, and while they may not have Madrid's trophy cabinet, they bring resilience and fight every time they play. In sports, underdogs create the tension that keeps audiences glued. Remember how much US fans love a good Cinderella story in March Madness? This match carries that same potential narrative. Madrid are expected to dominate, but Osasuna are coming in fresh off a strong preseason win, showing they can surprise when underestimated. That dynamic of powerhouse versus dark horse is what makes games like this compelling, because one slip-up can turn 90 minutes into the first shock of the season. Real Madrid's potential lineup tonight is pure star power. Think about a formation that balances strength in defense, creativity in midfield, and lethal finishing up front. Fans are expecting Thibaut Courtois in goal, a backline anchored by leaders, midfielders like Valverde dictating tempo, and then the explosive forward trio headlined by Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappé. For American fans, imagine a team stacked like an NBA super squad. The kind where every position is filled with someone who could be a franchise player elsewhere. That's what Madrid brings to the field. Osasuna, by contrast, rely on discipline, compact shape, and tactical grit. Their game plan is about frustrating Madrid, slowing the tempo, and waiting for mistakes. It's a classic David versus Goliath battle, but in soccer, those battles can be much closer than you'd think, especially if the underdog seizes early momentum or makes Madrid sweat under the Bernabéu lights. When we mention Madrid's attacking firepower, one name dominates the conversation: Kylian Mbappé. Last season, he won the European Golden Shoe, scored 31 goals in La Liga, and basically redefined what it means to be a marquee player in Spain. His pace, movement, and finishing ability make him the type of player you just can't take your eyes off. In the United States, fans love stars who deliver both highlights and results, and Mbappe fits that bill perfectly. He already has history against Osasuna, having scored in their last meeting, so it's no wonder analysts are backing him to strike first tonight. But beyond the numbers, there's the intangible factor. Mbappe is hungry to make Alonso's first season unforgettable, and opening night is the perfect stage. Whether you're rooting for Madrid or hoping for an upset, Mbappe's presence means goals are never out of the question. So what are the experts saying? The consensus is pretty clear. Real Madrid are the heavy favorites. Predictions lean toward a win, possibly even a clean sheet. Betting experts are talking about win-to-nil outcomes, which means Madrid not only winning, but shutting Osasuna out completely. Others are going with slightly safer picks, like Madrid to win with under 3.5 goals, keeping expectations realistic. Some player-specific bets even suggest Osasuna's defenders could pick up cards trying to contain Madrid's stars. Analytics platforms that crunch thousands of simulations also favor Madrid by a wide margin. But while the math points to Madrid, soccer is a game where probabilities don't always equal reality. Fans tuning in know that the unpredictability is what keeps live sports so thrilling, whether the outcome matches the forecasts or not. The narrative of predictions versus performance adds an extra layer of entertainment for viewers across the globe. For fans in the United States, accessibility is key. And fortunately, this game is easy to catch. Kickoff is set for 3 o'clock Eastern Time, a perfect slot that works for both East and West Coast audiences. The game is available on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and Spanish-language broadcasters like TUDN, plus streaming platforms such as FuboTV. That means no matter how you prefer to watch, on your TV, tablet, or phone, you can join in on the action. The beauty of global sports is that time zones no longer divide fans. They connect them. Just like NFL fans wake up early for London games, soccer fans in America are growing used to adjusting their day for La Liga. That flexibility and excitement are part of why the game's popularity keeps growing in the US. Tonight is another chance for American viewers to feel plugged into a global event, live and unfiltered. Historically, this matchup has been very one-sided. Real Madrid have dominated Osasuna across recent seasons, winning 18 times out of their last encounters, while Osasuna have managed just one victory. 6 matches have ended in draws, but the record speaks volumes. That doesn't mean Osasuna are irrelevant. On the contrary, they're one of those teams that thrive on punching above their weight when no one expects it. For Madrid, dominance can sometimes create its own kind of pressure. When you're expected to win, even a narrow victory can feel disappointing. For Osasuna, the narrative is flipped. Every goal, every defensive stop, every moment of resistance is a moral victory that builds confidence. In American terms, think of it like a college basketball team facing the #1 seed. The record favors the giant, but the energy is with the challenger who has nothing to lose. Still, this isn't a game Madrid can take lightly. Osasuna have standout players like Aimar Oroz and Ante Budimir who can change games in an instant. Fans have noted their ability to exploit spaces and create chances even when possession is limited. The element of danger here is that Madrid might push forward aggressively, leaving gaps in defense, and players like Budimir thrive in counter-attacking scenarios. If you're watching from the US, think about the way underdog NFL teams sometimes hang around in games by forcing turnovers and capitalizing on small mistakes. That's the energy Osasuna need to channel. They won't outpossess Madrid, but they don't have to. They just need one break, one cross, or one mistake to swing momentum. And if they manage that in the Bernabéu, the pressure could suddenly shift dramatically onto Madrid. Part of the intrigue here is Xabi Alonso himself. Before the game, He spoke about his excitement and the responsibility of leading such a massive club. He praised young talents, highlighted the energy in the squad, and expressed confidence in their readiness. For viewers, especially American fans, used to seeing charismatic coaches in the NBA or NFL, Alonso brings that same magnetic presence. He's calm, but passionate, intelligent, but relatable. The way he manages his bench, reacts on the sideline, and interacts with players will be as closely watched as the match itself. This is the beauty of soccer culture. Sometimes the coach becomes as much a star as the players. If Alonso's first league match ends with a strong performance, it sets the narrative for the season. If not, the questions start early. Either way, his role tonight is center stage in every sense. Osasuna, on the other hand, enter the game with their own sense of readiness. Their preseason was longer and more controlled, which their coach, Alessio Lisci, believes could be an advantage. They've had more time to build chemistry, test formations, and condition themselves for the grind of La Liga. Real Madrid, meanwhile, had their rhythm shaped by intense summer competitions like the Club World Cup, which may have given them sharper competitive edges. It's a fascinating contrast. One team fully prepared through steady build-up, the other sharpened through high-stakes tournaments. In the end, the question is which preparation style pays off more on opening night. American sports fans understand this trade-off. Teams that rest and prepare sometimes look fresh but rusty, while those who compete non-stop come in sharp but risk fatigue. That delicate balance is exactly what we'll see play out tonight in Madrid. Statistically speaking, both teams start tonight with a clean slate. The La Liga table is empty, points are at 0, and the season is wide open. That blank canvas makes the opening game so important. Whoever wins this match instantly jumps to the top of the standings, even if temporarily, and that creates momentum. Sports are as much about psychology as skill, and Madrid know that a big opening win sets the tone for chasing Barcelona and other rivals all year. Osasuna, meanwhile, would send shockwaves through Spain and abroad if they managed even a point. For American audiences, think of it like opening week in the NFL. A single win doesn't make or break a season, but it does shape narratives, boost confidence, and give fans talking points for weeks. Tonight's result will do exactly that for both of these La Liga clubs. And then there's the stage itself, the Santiago Bernabéu. This stadium isn't just a building, it's a symbol of Real Madrid's history and ambition. Renovated, modernized, and still packed with tradition, it's one of the most iconic arenas in global sports. Playing here is like stepping onto the floor at Madison Square Garden or onto the field at Lambeau. There's a weight that comes with it. For Real Madrid players, it's home, but also a theater where they're expected to perform. For Osasuna players, it's a daunting but exhilarating challenge, the kind of game they'll tell their families about years from now. The passion of 90,000 fans, the flashing lights, the booming chants, it creates a pressure cooker. That's why this opening match isn't just another fixture. It's an event staged on one of soccer's grandest platforms, watched by millions worldwide. As for how the match might actually unfold, look for the early minutes to tell a story. If Madrid score quickly, the game could turn into a showcase of their attacking talent, with wave after wave of pressure. If Osasuna hold firm through the first half hour, the tension builds, and the Bernabéu crowd might start getting restless. Set pieces, free kicks, and corner kicks could also be decisive, especially if Osasuna rely on physicality to grab chances. Substitutions will matter too. Managers who time their changes right can tilt the flow of play late in the game. For American viewers, think about how NBA teams manage rotations, or how NFL teams plan halftime adjustments. Those small tactical tweaks can make the difference between a comfortable win and a nail-biting finish. Tonight, all those factors will combine into 90 minutes of strategy and execution under the floodlights. So here we are, Real Madrid versus Osasuna, the perfect curtain raiser for the 2025-26 La Liga season. Madrid step in with star players, a new coach, and sky-high expectations. Osasuna arrive with resilience, ambition, and nothing to lose. The game will deliver drama, no matter the scoreline, whether it's a dominant showcase of power or a shocking upset that reshapes headlines. For fans in the United States, it's a reminder of why global soccer is exploding in popularity. The mix of tradition, unpredictability, and pure entertainment. By the end of the night, we'll have answers to some questions and new stories to follow for the rest of the season. One thing is certain: the energy of the Bernabéu, the brilliance of Madrid's stars, and the fight of Osasuna will make this a match worth every minute of your attention. Grab your seat, turn up the volume, and enjoy the ride.